I'm Shelton Wilder, and welcome to Wilder Possibilities Podcast, where each episode follows an entrepreneur's journey into the transformative power of that light bulb moment where everything clicks. I call that the click. Those pivotal points that redefine our futures, illuminate paths to success, and even change the world. Now let's get wilder. Hi, friends.
Hi.
We are back with the Wilder Possibilities Podcast, and I have my dear friend Rachel Miriam here.
Hello, everybody.
Who does not like to come?
Nope. No, I love you. This is very, very exciting.
Yes, and so it's a big deal to have her here today.
It's an honor to be here today.
Yes. Well, I love you, and I want to talk about your amazing business because you know I love to talk about women-owned businesses.
Yes.
And I am like the biggest cheerleader of them all.
I love that.
Love women crushing it. So, okay, Rachel Miriam Design.
Yes.
And tell us, like, I want to talk about your journey of how you got here.
Sure.
How you got LA, everything.
Okay.
Like, kind of like the backstory.
Yeah.
And then we lead into when you got the click.
Sure, yes.
The click.
That's the fun part. That's the fun part.
Yeah. But I like to hear all the backstory too.
Backstory is interesting.
Okay,
For
yeah,
sure.
I don't know.
Yeah. No, it's actually like a really what do they call it? The underdogs?
Ooh,
I mean, I grew up on underdog stories, and I think that's what fueled me, but I grew up with very little.
Okay.
Didn't have much, and I think I even Googled how to start a business.
Okay.
Yeah, definitely. And which led me to like the fictitious business name and all of that. No, but long story short, I've always been an entrepreneur, and when I landed on this specific business, it was a hobby machine on my kitchen table. And fast forward today, we're working with Oprah Winfrey's network, Coca-Cola at Coachella. We just did the Super Bowl. So literally all started on a kitchen table because I was depressed that I was a mom. No, I'm kidding. I love that I was a mom, but I just wanted to be creative. And so I just got a little machine, put it on my kitchen table, and like door knocked at boutiques, and friends bought it. And next came the celebrities, then came the networks. And now I have a team of 7 employees and 2,000 square feet in the Brentwood Village.
And tell us what it is.
Oh, Rachel Miriam Luxury Personalization, where we specialize in personalizing elevated merchandise. So there are a lot of companies out there that can place logos, but we want to make it personal.
Oh, yes.
So by doing so, we utilize embroidery, hot foil, heat press, direct to film, and we make it all about the person who's right in front of us, and we personalize it with their name, their favorite phrase, if they have like a mom clique, like what do you call yourselves? Like make it about you, your trip, your life, your kids, make it personal.
Oh, I love it. And I'm Southern.
Yeah.
So when we were connected, I'm like, I mean, everything in the South.
You know.
I was obsessed. I was like, okay, we got to figure this out. Like, I got to meet this girl.
I had no idea what monograms even were. This wasn't the first business. So because
I want to hear.
Yeah.
Let's rewind.
Oh, rewind.
Okay.
Yeah. So I had a kid, and literally I just needed something, and I think I went through the motions of like I had no friends, I didn't know who to hang out with, so I was like, to my husband, I'll start like a new mom dating app, and I looked into it, and it was really expensive, so I was like, no, scratch that. I don't want to have startup money. Because that's really hard. And then, like being a new mom is really tedious, and I couldn't get the boogers out of my son's nose. So I was like, I'll invent like a plastic tweezer, and I'll yank all the boogers out of his nose, and I'll call it the mother plucker. But then I looked into that. And you had to have like $15,000 just to lock in the name. And I was like, no, that's not the right fit. Yeah, mother plucker.
We might have to bring it back.
Crusty booger. I know. See, now I could totally do it. No. And plus, when you have a business, you have to put everything into it. And I feel like none of those stuck.
Yeah.
But then everyone kept sending me gifts with my son's name on it.
Yes.
And that was the first time I'd ever seen embroidery with a name. I was never exposed to it.
So where are you from?
Born and raised in the Valley.
Okay, so you're here.
I'm literally from LA.
Yes.
There's no classy monograms where I come from. Like, that's why I was like, what is this? It's beautiful. And it's so fancy.
It has my son on it? It has his name on it?
Yeah, and I think when I just explored the whole topic of it, I realized like all these companies like Pottery Barn and Etsy, like you could get like thread colors and fonts, but they were all very cute or corporate. And I did some digging and I found out you can have metallic and neon and glow in the dark and sparkle, and the fonts were endless. And I was like, this is really creative and exciting. So I just kind of went with it. And now like we're literally creating custom creative merchandise for Coca-Cola to personalize on site at Coachella in a month.
Oh,
it just blows my mind.
No,
it blows my mind.
I am biggest fan. I'm so proud of you. Every time I talk, I'm just like,
I know, it's crazy.
It's so big. And I was just like watching your stories and you're like, yeah, just at the Super Bowl.
Totally. You know, it's funny. I realized that I should be more like you. I should like kind of tell the story and the narrative and that. But then no, I just kind of pop up and I'm like, we're at the Super Bowl.
Yeah, like casually.
We're with Netflix. We're with Land Rover. But it's like people are like, wait, how'd that happen? And I'm like, I don't know.
She's like, not gonna.
Fine.
Yeah.
I'm not shy, like you mentioned, but I'm an extroverted introvert.
Okay.
So while I love people, obsessed, I love the connections.
Yeah, because you're at the event.
Oh, yeah.
Like you are like
love it.
All in.
Love the chaos, love the people, love the communication, love everything. But my biggest preference will always be pajamas, Chipotle, and Netflix. Sorry. It's just so true.
I live for that.
Well, also, every day is really exhausting.
Oh, yeah.
So, like, you create this magic and everyone thinks it's glamorous, but it's brutal.
Oh,
so
God.
I just want pajamas.
Can we have to just take out of the world that people think that real estate's glamorous, owning a business is glamorous. No. We're the housekeeper. I'm the janitor. I'm cleaning toilets or... there's so much extra. It's not just like, oh my God, I got my heels on, I'm ready to go.
No, you can't even invent what really happens too, which is why I feel like one day I should write this down. But just today, I actually wasn't paying attention to my husband and I found out my son doesn't have school today because apparently it's teacher conferences. Like what the... Oops, I won't say that bad word. But so all of a sudden I have a 3-year-old I'm entirely responsible for. And I think because I'm a woman, my husband's job won, so he gets to carry on his day and I have to do the 3-year-old, but I also have 4 to 5 employees calling me, FaceTiming every second because we currently have a rush project helping Oprah Winfrey's network launch a new show in 2 weeks. We have Coachella that we're trying to curate for. We literally have, I'm working with Rachel Zoe on her Curator subscription box because she's going to have a phenomenal summer box. So there's projects that can't be paused, but my kid is the highest priority, right? Yeah. So I kid you not, I step away for 1 second to take an important call thinking, okay, the door is bolted. There's no way he's getting out. He's fed. Everything's fine. I come back and he took his toy bucket, filled it with water and was swimming in it in his pajamas. And I'm like, are you kidding? You're swimming in a bucket in the living room. And I took a photo. I'm like, how do you can't even come up with it. You have to post that. And then I'm on a call with someone really important and he poops and he's so proud. He's like, here's my diaper. It has poop. And I was like, shh, I love you. Here's a lollipop. Just what do you do? If I let it go 5 more minutes, will he have a rash? That's every day.
Oh, God.
I know. It's just figuring it out every day.
One quick second. You're muting, great job on that poop.
Yeah.
Okay, I'll be right back.
To be so supportive of the poop, but I also don't want to it's the juggle.
Yeah.
It's the juggle hustle.
It's the mom life.
Yeah, mom life. Yeah.
With the entrepreneur life. Yeah.
I think though it's so important though because you remember that life is so fleeting. He's gonna go to college before I know it. That as much as I'm just intoxicated with all of this amazing projects, I'm none of it matters if my kids aren't happy. They don't know I love them, and there's no food on the table for them. What does it all matter if that foundation's there? So you just try and do it all. Yeah.
But I think we can have it all.
I think so too.
I don't know. That whole thing. I think you have it all. You're having it all.
I think when you come from an attitude of gratitude,
Yes.
you will always have it all.
Yeah. Totally.
Because you could have the worst day ever, but if you feel good and you're grateful for just what's right there, I mean, what could go wrong?
Yeah.
You know?
No, exactly.
Yeah, could be worse.
No, I mean, and like no, in both of our businesses, no one's gonna die. Like, I mean, we have to keep our kids alive.
Yeah.
But like things can keep happening, and it'll be okay.
Yeah, always.
Yeah,
always.
Yeah, we're gonna be fine.
Money is paper; it burns. Like, like family first.
Yeah,
I
totally.
think ourselves fifth, but like
ourselves. Wait. I was like, she said 5. Like I think we're like, wait.
I keep trying to figure out how to make myself first, like one day a week. But I don't know.
That'd be good.
Yeah. I think one privilege that I experience is I have my own office.
Oh,
so
your office is gorgeous.
Thank you.
Your office is gorgeous. Your whole situation, like your workspace. We did a Wilder Wednesday a few years ago, and I was like, oh my gosh, she is so legit. You had just completed it.
That office space made me so legit.
Yeah, it was so real.
It was the best thing I ever did.
It was the best thing.
Because I was in a garage right before that. Oh. It literally went kitchen table, backyard shed, renovated garage, and then during COVID, it gave the little fish like me a leap forward. I got my foot in the door. Nobody wanted office space. I took it at like the most amazing cost ever. Oh, and it changed. Amazing. It changed everything with that office space. It legitimized us, and now we get to do what we've always wanted because that element of, what you see is what you believe and what you see is what you get. And it's true. So when you have that space, like it helps. It helps. Real. But like I still to this day think that like my office is such an expense. Like, I could put it back in the business. I could do other things for other projects. But it really is a gift where I can close the door and bawl my eyes out and nobody will see it. Oh, yeah. Yeah, you can always call or text me too. Totally. Yeah, totally. Yeah, totally. Exactly. We're doing it. But cheerleader. I love doing that. You're such a cheerleader.
Well, I just think that we're amazing. Yeah. That we're like, we women. I love men too. I mean, I filled a whole home of men, but like just pushing each other forward to, I mean, these are like big things. Yeah. Yeah. And I really, with you, because you're so humble about it. Yes. Yeah. Well, yeah. So humble about it. I love to just be like, did you know what she's doing? I love announcing from the rooftop. And a huge thing that you've done is you're a big part. So now I'm on the board of PS Arts. Oh my God, we're doing PS Arts. Yes. I'm so excited. So it's going to be amazing. That's huge. Yeah. And that you give back too. Do you know what's so funny? I love that about you. The second I contribute to society, the second I do a good thing for others, it's reciprocated instantly. And it's not the reason I do it, but it's almost magical how when you give purely, it comes back. Yeah. It's amazing. I love PS Arts. I'm excited for that. Thank you. It's huge. And you're like such a hit. Every time we have our board meeting or our Express Yourself meeting, we're like, oh my gosh, and Rachel Miriam's coming this year. Like people are getting pumped. We were saying how you're going to do the patches. Totally. Like, it's so big. Yeah. So thank you for doing that. Yeah, for sure. Yeah, it's my favorite too. Yeah. I mean, and I see the children, like, because we do the birdhouses. Yeah. And when I see the kids sitting there and like they will be drawing and putting the stickers on of their birdhouse for like an hour and a half. I'm like, they're still so focused. Yeah, and we're staring at your team being like, why didn't we do that? This is really hard. Like literally last year it was 500 people, so we had to customize 500 items in 3 hours. And then this year they're like, guess what? It's 1,200 people, and we're like, oh, still the same 3 hours, right? Like, cool. Okay, so that's where we're like, okay, this patch bar will be amazing. It's gonna be amazing. They get to pick their hat color. We have 6 different colors. Then they get to put their patches on it. We have PS Arts embroidered on the side. We've got my logo embroidered in the inside. Yes, like so it's gotta be there. It'll be amazing. Yeah, I'm excited. It's big, so thank you. Yeah. I mean, it means a lot. Yeah. So tell me, what were some of your businesses before? Jewelry. Oh!
I hate jewelry with a passion. I don't know if it's because I was a jewelry designer. Okay, you know what happened? When you're a jewelry designer, like I like to make it by hand. I wanted to do everything perfect, and I love like the profit margins, even though like the labor was really intense.
Yeah.
But like for every bracelet, it would take me a couple hours. And when I pivoted to this business of personalizing with an embroidery machine, you press a button.
Oh.
And the machine does it.
Yes.
You take the labor out of it, put the creativity into it. Your time is now like it's just.
That's mind-blowing.
Yeah.
So how long were you doing jewelry?
It was actually something that I have done since I was 8 years old.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. My grandmother bought me a jewelry box from Costco, like beads, and I was obsessed. But you know what's so funny is I never liked jewelry. I only like wearing fine diamonds.
Yeah.
I never wanted to be fashion forward with jewelry. I still don't to this day.
Yeah.
But I think what I was the most attracted to was creating something myself and getting a price for it and seeing a profit in it that would benefit my life. Like, the materials cost me X amount. You just paid me this. I can actually go get like Starbucks and a movie and a cheeseburger.
Wait. So you've always had that business brain.
Oh my God, I love profits.
You
and
love
business.
I
love business so much. I think it's fascinating that you can have an idea, take action, create it, make a profit, and live a life that you want to live because your idea came to fruition.
Yeah.
It's pretty mind-blowing to me.
Yeah, so there's that, but it's doing it.
Yeah. So
because that's where I think people are getting so stuck.
I think as creative as I am, my more dominant side is the business side, which I think is why it's successful.
I feel it.
I'm very careful. I'm very cautious. I'm very strict and alert to everything. And like customer service is almost everything.
Yeah. Oh, it is. That's what.
No, but yeah, it's kind of funny because my dad's an accountant. He's a CPA.
Oh,
so when I graduated college, he sat me down at like our really long dining room table and he goes, okay, so you're going to work at like Morgan Stanley and you're going to get a real job. And I was like, no, I'm going to be a jewelry designer. And he's like, no, you're going to get a real job like the rest of society. And I was like, no, I'm going to do what I want to do when I want to do it. And it's really cool that now, when you stick with it, people think you're crazy. They think you're dumb. They think you're irresponsible. They think they're just really sad for you. But then when you make it, they're like, I knew. It's just so cool. Like even my husband, when I started this company,
the husband.
Yeah. Oh my God, your hobby is so cute. I love it. I love what you do. But also, don't forget to take out the trash, pick up the kids from school, make sure the dishes are done, like my laundry at the dry cleaners, so like it was such a transition showing him like what we grossed year after year because at this point I get to be like, sorry, no. Yeah. Actually.
No, sir.
Actually, no.
Yeah.
You can do it.
So
sorry.
It's really true.
Yeah.
Yeah, but at first, I mean, even when I started real estate, Clark was like, oh, great. It's like you just walked down and told me you were going to be an actress. Like, oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, great plan.
The level of belief, it's like, come on. We could literally like have an idea farted out of our butts and we can make it a reality. Like, they're just jealous. I mean, sorry. They're just jealous that we can multitask a billion things.
The multitasking is,
oh my gosh.
That's the move.
Like literally, I could be on a phone call, a Zoom, helping one employee, like doing something else. I could be doing 10 things in the office and Jeremy will call me like, I have no idea what to get the kids for dinner. And I'm starving and I had a meeting from 1 to 3. Like, I'm like, wait, you went to Ivy League school, right?
Yeah.
Like,
yeah. I'm like,
it's just mind blowing how much we take on.
Yeah. Yeah, and I love
That's a whole nother podcast.
But yeah, that's the next one. But for me, I feel like I see this in you that I have a busy brain, and I have
Does it go and go and
yeah.
go?
So the more I have to do, the more I get done, the better it is for me.
It's like a flow.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What do you do
like
to that. Like? You just keep going, but how do you not burn out if your mind you just let it go? But how do you like take yourself back?
Oh well, I've started meditating.
Yeah.
In the mornings now, like day 95 or what, I don't know.
Just to wake up.
Joe Dispenza.
Really
yeah,
early?
only 16 minutes early.
Okay.
Just turn it on, but I just stay in my bed. But it's been very helpful.
Really amazing to hear that because I always think I have to set up this incredible environment. It
Oh!
has to be an hour of my time.
No.
And then I'm like, oh, I don't have time. I'll never find time. But that's actually so true.
There you go. Pro
Just
tip.
a couple minutes more. No, because I'll meditate while I'm eating. You know,
Yes, that's fine.
I'm just like, otherwise I think I'd go crazy every day.
Yeah.
It's so much. Like, actually, Emma, one of my employees, I love her so much. She knows me now, and she'll see that my mind is a little too crazy. And I kid you not, you know what she made me do the other day? She's like, you need to leave your office right now. We go outside. You know, I'm in the Barrington Village. She took me down to the Barrington Park. Yeah, she literally, because I'm like, in my head, I have a hoodie on, and I'm like, oh my God. Like, we have just so much going on. We went to the swing set, and we went on the swings, and here we are, grown-ass women, and we're on a swing set on, like, a Monday at, like, 1 p.m., but you know what? Like, you get so wrapped up that everything is so important that you forget, like, no, the sun's shining, we're an insignificant species on a planet, the world is so much bigger than this, and I'm going to be okay.
We just need to swing a minute.
Yeah,
okay,
so, we need to go on the swing.
Yeah, we need to swing a minute.
Yeah.
And our thing, because the girls have been around me so long, thank God. So it's around my period.
Ah, yes!
And...
Yes.
They basically track it for me, like all the girls.
Oh,
they're like,
my God.
They're
well,
like,
aren't you synced by this point?
I mean, some, yeah. So, and then they'll be like, oh God. And then I'll walk in, I'll be like, doing something. They're like, get the meat. they say, get the meat. Katie busts down to Air One, picks up the strips of steak, and I eat it. And I'm like, It's like my Snickers moment, like,
yeah.
You know, like,
it's like those TikTok videos where, like, guys throw candy into a room, close the door, and run away.
Yeah. Oh, I'm the meat. So
it's a thing, though, the whole period. Like, I get emotional.
Woo!
I know without a doubt when I'm right around that time, whatever email I want to send, I have to sleep on it for 48 hours.
No. It's the pause when agitated.
Yeah, pause when agitated.
Yes, that's like the baseline. Yeah. It's just...
That was actually one of the best lessons I learned. My husband taught it. He calls me Scrappy, and he's like my Scooby-Doo. Like, he's just like, he's such an intelligent man. He's calm, he's gentle, he's wise, he's very like, just very like put together. And I'm like, let me at him, I'm going to get this. I need to get my point across. I'm scrappy. And he has taught me over the last like almost 2 decades to just like take a breather.
Yeah.
It's gonna be there tomorrow. Let it go and reread it. And every time I do, I'm like, thank God I didn't send that.
Oh, that sounds like a psycho.
Like, there's a way more eloquent way to put that. And it's changed my life. Just pausing.
Okay, wait, 2 decades.
Yeah.
Woo!
Almost.
How did that happen?
J-Date. Thank you, J-Date.
Oh, thank you, J-Date!
But not really. I was on it for like 5 minutes. He was like a pro.
Oh, okay.
He even took me to coffee instead of dinner just in case he didn't want to waste his time if it didn't work. Like, he was like
he was a professional.
He was a professional.
Oh, I see. But you made it past.
Yeah.
Coffee, okay.
I had to move to China after I graduated college because my major was international economics with an emphasis on the Chinese economy. So I lived in Shanghai. I speak the language.
That is badass.
Totally.
I did not know
That's why
that.
I did it. It was very conscious.
Oh, yeah.
Blonde hair, blue-eyed girl who could speak Chinese. I mean, don't mess with that businesswoman.
Yeah,
you know?
I might have
very intentional.
I might have to take you to like some showings or something.
100%.
They'd be like, oh, she's my assistant.
Oh my
and then
God. Totally.
You would know exactly what's going on.
No, but right before I moved to China, nobody was home after college. So my grandmother was like, oh my God, there's this place on the internet where all these Jewish men go and you can totally find a husband. So in my mind, I'm fresh out of college and I'm like, free food. So I
You're the only
oh my God.
person
free
that
food.
I've ever, I called it Match.com, I called it freemeal.com.
Oh my God.
I mean,
I told one of my employees
bankrupt.
the other day, I was like, do you know how much money you could save if you went on a date every single night?
Yeah.
Like, just go get a good meal and go home.
Freemeal.com.
Sorry, that actually sounds really horrible.
No,
but
I had nothing. I was literally bankrupt. So I'm like, okay, what else are we going to do?
But so Jeremy and I connected on J-Date.
Are you Jewish?
Yeah, I am.
Okay.
But like, I wouldn't say religiously. I'd say very just like stereotypically.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah. like the traditions and the music and the dancing and like just like a lot of pride for my people, but like I totally sleep through services because I don't like wake up very well on the weekend, so like I could never do like that.
But I mean that was great.
Like as best as I can do for sure.
Perfect.
Yeah. But so he actually thought I was blowing him off because right when he finally got back to me, I was like, you know what, I'm moving to China. I keep talking into it. There's no point in getting together. I'm moving to China, and he thought I was brushing him off.
He's like,
that was
like a crazy,
like this blonde-haired, blue-eyed girl's not moving to China. She just has absolutely no interest in me. No,
what kind of bullshit excuse is that?
But I get home from China and I log back in because I'm like free food again. And he sees that I'm there. He texts me and he's like, "Hey, this is Jeremy, J8 profile number, blah blah." He's such a nerd. Yeah. And I meet him at the Sherman Oaks Galleria and like literally fall madly in love, and like the rest is history. So
oh my god,
he always says he what is it, cherry picked me because I was young. I was like 24.
Okay.
Yeah.
How old is he? Older. How much older?
He was 30 when I was 24. He's 6.5 years older than me. Yeah. I mean, which I'd say in the world of like men and women, we're like right at the same.
They're like maturity level. Clark's almost like 16 years older. Yeah.
Like
so it's like it's fine.
You need that. Yeah. Wait, I don't want to talk anymore. I feel like I'm getting in trouble. You go.
No,
I'm talking way too much.
No, this is exactly. No, we're supposed to talk about all of this stuff. So, were you doing jewelry when you were with him in the beginning?
Yeah, even in China.
What was he saying about the jewelry? Oh, was it a hobby?
Well, so
or did he think it was real?
We kind of didn't know each other that much, so I basically told him my dreams were kind of reality. Like, I was creating a collection that I wanted to pitch to Neiman.
Oh, yeah.
Neiman had no idea. But I was like telling Jeremy, like, yeah, I'm a jewelry designer. I'm going to be at Neiman Marcus. Like, basically,
you're a manifester.
That's it. Thank you for saying that because he calls me a bullshitter, and I'm like, that's not a bullshitter. That's a manifester.
Hashtag manifester.
Hashtag manifester.
Yes.
No, but like literally, even in China, like after my studies, I'd go down corridors and like use my Chinese to like haggle prices, like the best prices on beads, and I'd sit in my dorm room and like I'd look out on the balcony and be like, I'm gonna take over the world one day with jewelry, and I'm gonna be in Bergdorf's, and I'm gonna be on movie sets. I love you. Not me, but like the actual art of the jewelry. But like, I think it just kept me going because China was really scary. I remember my first night there. I was like, why the fuck didn't I go to Italy?
Wait. Was it hard being there? Like, how long were you there?
Almost a year.
And it was
I actually was supposed to go back. I had a job, I had a dorm room, I had an internship, but because I met Jeremy, I was actually back to pack up and go, and I met Jeremy, and I was like, oh my God. So I actually got a job while I was with Jeremy, recruiting college students to do a study abroad program in China. So I got to go back frequently, but I did that instead of moving back. But no, I loved it there. But like, there's a difference between studying China and the economics of China and the language, where it's like, ni hao, wo ji dao. You know, like in college, you learn like university Chinese. And then when I get there, no one understands me. So I'm like, Suji, woman yao chu, wu jiao chong. Like, you have to like really, and you know me, I'm not shy, but I don't want to like speak up. So you just have to learn slang and like.
You have to like yell it?
Yeah, it's like just like a lot. It's like, 我知道你可以给我很便宜. You know? Like, I know you can give it to me so much cheaper. That's my favorite line. Like, no,
everything.
cheaper.
Screaming it.
Yeah.
And then is everybody like yelling at back and forth like that? Or you're just yelling?
I think maybe me because I'm scared. Please get me to this destination and I hope I end up there, kind of a thing.
I love you so much.
I don't know. No, it was a wonderful place. I mean, believe it or not, I don't know post-COVID, but pre-COVID, the expats that lived in Shanghai, there was a quarter called Xintiandi. It was like the Beverly Hills of China. Oh my God. Like I had an Australian boyfriend, like the sexiest men. Sorry to my husband
Sorry,
if he was
Jeremy.
like, but like, no, literally, like everyone from all over the world would do business there, and it was just like a smorgasbord of like heaven, and like the clubs and the food and
the shopping, though, right?
The shopping.
Wasn't it like
I was
what?
poor.
Yeah.
Well, no, wait, that was the genius part about going to China, because at the time, for every $1 American I had 8 Chinese dollars, Chinese yuan. I would go to the spas and they'd be like, it's like $48 for like a manicure, and I'd be like, great, I'll get one every day because that's like $11 in my country. Yeah. So I'd go to the spas all the time, but like no, like it's still no shopping.
So
yeah, it was fun.
I love hearing this. This is great. And so then, so you came back, you guys decided you got married.
Yeah.
Decided to have some kids.
Yeah.
And then you decided on.
And now I'm tired.
on your business. Personalization.
Yeah.
But you like jumped in. You got involved and clicked in with celebs like really fast, I feel like.
I love that you say that, but no. You know what it was? I have a mentor who I am very, very lucky. You know, they say like there's like the Oprah's touch or whatever where a company is like validated. I was literally pushing and pushing. I was door knocking. I was even, do you remember Kidville? Like in Brentwood.
Of course, I had a birthday party there.
Yeah, I literally I would personalize tutus for people or backpacks or like it was like really dorky and hobby like. And then like I started seeing some designs that I wanted to do elevated, and I hooked up with Permanent Vacation in the Brentwood Village and did
Yeah,
I did like a pop-up where I'm literally behind the scenes in the back on my hobby machine still, and Molly Sims ordered a bunch of items. And somehow she loved what I did with embroidery, got her assistant to contact me, brought me into her kitchen and was like, and we laughed about this the other day, but this was before Instagram was like a thing where people could really influence like purchases.
Yeah.
And she was like, there's this place, it's Instagram. And like, I'm learning that like people want to know what I like and what I'm buying. And I feel like if we promote this and we do a collab, it was just when like collabs weren't even a thing yet.
Wow.
She's like, if we collab, I think we could sell the fuck out of this. And I was like, oh
Amazing.
my God, okay, let's do it. And at the time I remember running home to Jeremy like, oh my God, oh my God, oh my God, oh my God.
Yes, because this is,
it's a big deal. And I'm a detail-oriented, I'm OCD, like everything has to be like quality and perfectionism, which is why I'm so hands-on at the showroom and why people come back to us is because we do it right the first time.
I love everything.
But I'm literally in a backyard shed with a hobby machine and orders are pouring in because the collab worked.
The collab.
It worked.
What was the first thing? Just tell me. With her, what did she put on there?
Oh, it's still up. The photos are still exquisite to this day. We did a neon collection where it was beachy burlap totes and zipper pouches with like really beautiful, like bright colored pashminas, and everybody got to choose their font, their thread color, and what they wanted on it.
Oh, and she was like saying, like, I love this.
No, we did a photo shoot. It was like Molly Sims times Rachel Miriam, and it went up on my website, and like, to me, like I was still a nobody. So like the fact that orders were pouring in, I was just like, oh my God, I really have to consider help. And that's how, like, it's a whole much longer story, but that's how I met Pedro, who's like my most sensational like machine operator. But like I love him.
But I've met Pedro.
Yeah, you've met Pedro.
I mean, multiple times.
He's like a magician.
Yes.
Like we're family. Like he sat on my front porch. I'm in a backyard shed, and like this poor guy, to this day, I still like have the visuals of me looking like a haggard mom being like, we could really do something. I'll get out of the backyard shed one day. Like with your help, we could do this. And so he worked in the backyard shed with me. I upgraded the machine to an industrial machine.
Okay.
And then like a little bit later, he's like, yeah, so it's kind of a little tight in here. It's like literally a shed. And I was like, okay, fine. We're doing okay. I'll renovate my garage. And then we were in the garage for 2.5 years.
Oh my God.
Yeah. No, 3 years. And then when I finally got the idea, like during COVID, I was like, okay, I'll find office space. And I actually posted about the day they opened the door and he saw like, we have air conditioning. So it's not freezing. It's not hot. It's just like comfortable. And he has like an enormous room, 3 times the size of the garage just to himself, We have a shipping and storage and break room. Yeah. We have a showroom. It's just amazing.
Oh,
and he's been with me through thick or thin, so that kind of made it happen.
Wow, I love that.
You know, one day I'll tell you all the trials and tribulations because like it's a miracle I'm still sane.
Oh my gosh, he's so good. Yeah. It's so good when you find the people you love. Yeah. You just gotta.
So hard too. Yeah. So you gotta. You gotta.
Oh my gosh, yeah. I was just saying before this, Natalie, that does social. I was like, I found her and I became a stage 5 clinger.
No, literally.
And then
it's
Grant,
so true.
Grant doing the podcast now is like, I think we're like 7 years in. He's like the only guy around.
Yeah, when you find your person, like you found, like you never want to let go because they inspire you. They make everything better.
Yeah, and Katie, I mean, she's my best friend. Yeah, and I was like, let's like work together.
Totally. Oh my God, I bribed Emma the other day. I literally went from 8 a.m. till 6:30 hard, no break. And then I remembered, oh my God, I have to pour 250 candles. And it's like 6:30 by that point. Oh God. And Emma's like, so I'm going to go. And I was like, Emma, you sure you don't want to hang out? I mean, you could just hang out with me. You're still on the clock. I'll get you dinner. And she's like, okay. So like she stayed. We call it going hard. We're like, you know, sometimes in a business you can't just do normal hours. You have to go hard. We stayed till really late. I poured all the candles. She kept me company, and that was everything. Otherwise, I probably would have given up and gone home and missed a deadline. You know, so pouring candles till like 9 p.m. and I'm like, we're listening to like crazy music, and like it just means everything. If you have a team, you'll keep going.
Team, I love team. Everything. Yeah. I mean, you can steal this. I'll let you steal this. I call Katie my emotional support assistant. People are like, what is Katie? I'm like, just because I'll be like, we need to dial a prayer. I'm like, call her. She's like, what's wrong? I'm like, just quick dial a prayer and something. Yeah.
I try every day to come in like that fierce warrior, like businesswoman, like I'm an owner, like don't worry, I've got my shit together. And then by the end of the day, I'm like, I'm so sorry, I have to see this. And she's like, Rachel, it's okay.
Yeah,
like,
we know you.
Yeah, I know you now.
And same with like Morgan on my team. We're like, and then we're like, I love you.
Yeah.
It's so crazy.
I think we had a challenge the other day, and I'm like literally in a hoodie, almost in pajamas, on the counter of the showroom, like laying down, looking up the ceiling, and Emma's like, it's gonna be okay.
I know.
I'm like, okay, like, you swear?
We're fine.
Yeah.
Okay, so I always, like, one of my last questions I like to ask. Well, I don't really ask a lot of questions, but we just flow.
Wait, are we done?
It's getting close.
I don't want to. This is amazing.
I told you.
You know what I told my employees when I was on my way? They're like, don't forget I have a podcast today. And they're like, you hate podcasts. I was like, I know, I just don't like being like with attention. I don't want attention. And I'm like, I kind of feel like I'm walking into the SATs. Like, it's going to be a really hard test. And they're like, no, go have fun. You love Shelton.
No, we did like,
this was so fun.
Yeah, so fast.
Wow.
And so I always say, okay, since I'm in real estate, and that's, our business, but this is kind of random after talking about the click and all that stuff, but what does home mean to you?
Home,
like the word home.
No, like life. Literally, without a home, what do you have? In a sense of, it's the place where everything's gonna be okay.
Aww.
You know, whatever structure it is, an apartment, a condo, a tent, whatever that home is, whatever Shelton will help you find, like that is your sanctuary where that scary world outside will look brighter when the sun comes up the next day, and you're gonna be okay.
Yeah, and when you haven't, in the place where you haven't sent the email and you check the...
Yeah, totally,
totally. It'll be okay. No, I'm just kidding.
Yeah.
But, no, I love that.
Yeah.
I always like I wanted to bring it back like about, what does it mean?
Yeah.
So I think, and then, sorry.
Well, let's bring it back like big time. Like, you're helping people find their homes, their place of joy, their place of purpose. And like, why do I even do what I do every day? So I can afford my home.
Oh, wow.
That's why I do it. Do you know how good it feels at night to tuck my kids in their bed, in their room, to go to the kitchen and have food for them? Like, none of my business, I don't think none of anybody's businesses even make sense without a home.
Oh, yeah.
What are you working so hard for?
Yeah, that's why I love it so much.
Yeah.
I really do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're like,
because it matters.
What you do is the foundation of what we're all working and striving towards.
Yeah.
That place where we all feel safe.
Oh, okay.
And loved.
I love that. I love that. And then I like to ask, I think a lot of people ask this question, but I ask it because I really want to know.
Yeah.
What would you tell your younger self?
Oh my God, I actually do that. And I found an old letter recently. This whole process, it like causes a lot of anxiety. And I know like I'm not alone out there because I researched the shit out of this, but like I can't be alone. It would be way too scary. Yeah. But the anxiety and stress to get where I am, like I honestly, remember you said earlier, what's the click moment?
Yeah, the click, that's why.
Okay, my click moment wasn't being hired by the NFL or Coca-Cola or Netflix or Jaguar or anything. The click moment was waking up in the morning and not having anxiety. Finally having the confidence where I say who, I say when, I say how much. That was the click. I can reject any client I want right now if it doesn't feel good, if they don't exude kindness. The click moment was knowing that I don't have to do any project that doesn't feel right. And that was my click.
Wow.
I
love that.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
I live for that. That was worth everything.
Sitting with such a badass.
No.
I love it. No.
I'm totally going to go get under the covers after this and be like, oh my God, I'm never going to replay this. What did I say? It was a whirlwind and Shelton's eyes are mesmerizing. And what did I say?
And we just kept you going.
Yeah.
No, you're so inspiring.
Thank you.
And I love you.
And
you do. You're inspiring and you're helping others and you're giving back, which I love. I mean, when you said yes to PSR, so like I was like, oh, this is my girl.
Always.
Yeah. But I just, I don't know. And you know what? Your kids would be so proud of you. Oh, the
my
last
God,
thing.
you scared the shit out of me.
I'm totally scared. Okay.
What did you do?
I have to.
What?
So I totally copied Rachel.
Why?
She had a billboard out.
You didn't copy me.
But you shared about it.
All you.
She had a billboard out. But my favorite thing, one of my favorite things I've ever seen on social media was when you were filming your kids in the car.
That was your favorite thing?
That filming them and their reaction to seeing it. And I copied you. I did the same thing. I filmed my kids' reactions, did the whole thing,
And
with
were
Clark.
your kids so proud of you?
They were, Mom, yeah. But like when I saw your kids be so proud and in the car.
You did?
I love that. I will never forget that.
No.
That's what stuck with
my
me.
8-year-old. Really, Mom? Really?
No.
You put your face on a billboard so everybody can see that my mom made it. I'm like, honey, it's a big deal.
Yeah, it's a really big deal.
No, even now, like my 8-year-old's like, don't say goodbye to me. Don't honk the horn. Don't yell out the window. You love me. Just shh. And I'm like, No, I think
I loved
the
it.
billboard was mine. That was my FU.
Yeah.
What do they call it? An FU moment?
Yeah, that was it. That was
it. My reaction to it was like, yes, LA! Because you know where it was? It was 1 block away from the apartment where I started on my kitchen table.
Oh.
So
that's
for me,
why.
it was like, yes.
That was your moment.
That was my moment. Screw
I
the
loved
kids.
it. Yeah.
No, I'm kidding. Screw the kids.
It really.
That was mine.
But I
But
love
you like
all
your
of
kids, so like it was really great that they were proud of you. Like, I love my kids.
We laugh so much.
I know.
It's so funny. Okay, well, I'm so excited. I love you.
I love
Thanks
you.
for being here.
Oh, thank you for having me.
Okay,
This was so fun.
Such
an honor.
Okay, I can't wait for you guys to all hear and follow and see all the amazing things that you're doing.
Totally.
Yeah.
100%.
Okay.
I love you. Thank you. This was awesome.
Okay. Bye.
Bye.